I didn't see it for the next few days. Not until Lena was back in school. She was in a wheelchair with a cast on both legs. In an unusual act of bravery for me, I approached her. "Hey Lena, we have intro to stats together. I just wanted to say I heard what happened and I'm glad you got out okay." I said lamely. But she just looked at me and gave me the most beautiful smile before replying. "It's no problem. You're David, right?" "Yeah," I said lamely. I could feel my cheeks heating up just slightly. "Sad to hear about Professor Johnson, though. I hear it was some type of freak accident. His neck just twisted in front of the whole class," she said, looking a bit sad. "Yeah, it was the strangest thing," I replied, feeling a bit guilty. Was his death my fault? I didn't ask for it, and I definitely didn't want it. That thing had done it out of some weird misplaced anger for me. We parted ways and I went about my day, hoping whatever that thing was, that it had its fill of me. I couldn't have been more wrong. Because that night, it entered my room again. I heard the closet door open. I watched it make its way across the ceiling. I heard the cracking of bone as its head reached mine, and I smelt its putrid breath as it rasped.
"She still doesn't love you."
It stared into my frozen eyes as it seemed to be contemplating something.
"Will hurt until she dies."
"No!" I exclaimed, coming out of my horrified daze. "I don't want you to. And I didn't want you to hurt the professor. Just stop, please!" I pleaded with it. It stared into my eyes again, giving me that feeling of it reading my soul. It didn't talk for a while this time. A few minutes before rasping,
"But you love her. She must hurt."
and with that it made its way back into my closet, shutting the door behind it. With Intro to Statistics cancelled until further notice, I didn't see much of Lena over the next 2 weeks. But I was hopeful that monster, that thing, had heard my pleas and would just leave her alone. Of course, I'd be proven wrong when I arrive at school one day to see Lena crying with some of her friends. I got close enough to overhear that her mom had died in her sleep. Apparently her mom had been relatively young and healthy, but her heart just stopped for no conceivable reason. It felt like my heart stopped, and guilt racked my body. I knew what had killed her mom, and in a weird, sick and twisted way, it was my fault. This monster was going to destroy Lena, trying to get her to love me, like it couldn't understand hurting her would in no way help that. It felt more like it was punishing her for her lack of feelings. I had no clue what to do to stop it, though. I had already pleaded with it. So that night, before lying down in my bed, I spoke loudly and clearly into my room. "I want to see you tonight." And with that, I laid down and waited. It did not disappoint. 20 minutes after my room was black, it came out of my closet. I heard the cracking of bones as it reached mine.
"Yes."
it asked in its low, drawn-out, raspy voice. If you don't stop hurting Lena, hurting anyone because of me, I'll kill myself. I mean it. It shrieked. It was so angry that it scared me. But I kept a firm resolve and stared it down. Its eyes peered into mine and I could feel it reading my soul. Come on, you bastard, I thought to myself. It started shrieking in anger, making incomprehensible sounds. It shrieked as its head retracted back up to its body, and as it entered my closet. And once the door closed, I was met with silence. It has been 2 years since all this happened, and while no one else has been hurt by it, I still see it every single day. I see it a distance from me, on roofs, walls, in the grass staring at me as I eat at restaurants. And I don't open my closet at night because I know it's in there, watching, waiting. And so that's the end of The Demon That Follows by Dissociation Reddit. The link to the subreddit will be in the description, so you can check out the other spooky stories. I'm Dr. Business, telling you that I really want to change my name. So if you have any suggestions for a new YouTube name that you think would fit me, just post them in the comments, man. I'll accept anything. But I just want to leave you with this. Even though we're going through these quarantine times, the 2020s, keep it crispy, fams. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy.